Greetings. This video is intended to demonstrate several things. First of all, the difference between an image of a text and digital text, as well as how to convert the text images into digital text on the PDF file. So this particular file is a version of text that is called an image. What has happened is it has been scanned and then put in the computer, but the way it was scanned, the technology that was used to scan it, took a picture of the page and put it as a file on the computer. The problem with that is the technology that reads documents out loud to people, screen readers, is they're not able to look at an image and then read the words in that image. They require digital text. So another example of that might be if instead of an image of words, we had an image of a butterfly, the screen reader wouldn't be able to look at that picture of the butterfly and say butterfly. It would just say that it was an image. So another example from this document, if I highlight the word district and go to copy it, it says that it's an image. And so that becomes a problem. So if I were going to read this text out loud with screen reader, this is what we would actually end up hearing rather than what we want.
Warning, empty page.
So right now, the format of this document is not conducive to screen readers. Really easy example to show you of what digital text is referring to is this same document, but in Microsoft Word. So again, if I was going to highlight the word district, I could highlight individual letters. Within the word, I can highlight the entire word. And you notice it's not me kind of drawing the big picture or creating a box around the word like I was doing over here, where I was having to draw the box, and that's a different interaction than this one where I can just highlight the word or double click on the word and it pulls it up. This is digital text, and this is the type of thing that a screen reader is capable of reading. So we've got to go from an image of text to this. All right, so back to the PDF. Something else that's important to know when you're working on turning the image of text into digital text is the type of program that you're using. You need to make sure that you have open Adobe Acrobat Pro DC. Now, this is the default program on SAGU computers, so all faculty and staff should have access to it. But that's just a thing to be sure you have the right program, because there is another program called Adobe Reader. This is the touch version for like tablets and iPads and things like that. And this version will allow you to read text, not out loud necessarily, but it just allows you to have access to reading, but you can't manipulate and edit. And that's what we're looking at doing with Adobe Acrobat Pro DC. So just a note on that, make sure that you have that. Within Pro DC, there are different tools that make it possible for us to control and change the format of text. So over here on the right-hand side, we have several different tools for lots of different things. If you go to Enhance Scans, that allows you to recognize the text and turn it into digital format. But there's also some other things that we need to do. So what I'm going to recommend is go to the toolbar and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're looking for the tool called Action Wizard. Under Action Wizard, you have several things that you can do by just kind of like a push of the button. The first one we want to go to is this one, Make Accessible. If you click on that, that's going to give a process to you that will go all the way through and allow you to turn this into digital text. So once you've gotten to this point, click Start. On the description, instead of leave as is, you'll want to put a title to that. That way it identifies, it'll read out loud what the title is to the screen reader. So for this one, United States District Court, we'll just call it. All right, and then you don't need to put in a subject line for author. If it's a textbook or something like that, or other things, I would recommend putting in some sort of the author, because you're going to attribute the work to them. So down here we'll put Joseph. All right, so you put a title in there, put an author. Don't worry about the subject or keywords unless you just want to have that extra information. This is another window that's important to know. We want it in English. Instead of searchable image, we want an editable text and images. And down sample 600 is the highest one. We want to put it at that. And click OK. Then it's going to go through the process of converting the scan page to editable text and images. It does this for each page. And then it's going to put it through some other processes that are going to be important for the screen reader to be able to read as well. So we're at 6 pages. Next thing it's going to ask you is, do you want it to detect form fields? If you've got a form that you're using this process with, then you would click yes, but we're not, so we're going to say no. So then it asks what language. English, I'm expecting, would probably be the preferred. And the last thing is it has all these different checkers that it does. It goes through and it just checks for accessibility stuff. You can click, you don't have to change anything or click on anything. You just click start checking and it'll go through. It'll create a list of different issues that are going on with the text. Those aren't something that you necessarily need to look at or make changes with. The process that we just went through should be sufficient for the text to be created digitally. Once you've come to this point and you've done all of this, then your text is finished. It is accessible. Click on close. And now if you notice the difference, I can highlight, just like I could in Word, double click on the word, highlight individual letters. This is digital text. That will work with a screen reader. And as kind of to show you that.
United States District Court, Eastern District of Pennsylvania. Caitlin Blatt, Plaintiff, v. No 5:14 CV 04822 Cabela's Retail, Inc., Defendant, United States District.
So it goes through, and like you heard, it reads it. So this is how you turn the image of text into digital text. You save it, and from then on, you can send it out. Students should be able to use it, and you should have access to it. Okay, so that is how we convert the image into digital text format.